the center on the spine with the heel of the hand at the jaw. Dr. Alsop is going to lift and stretch in an arching motion and pulling back to the count of 1, 2, 3, and relax. Then lifting and arching the neck, 1, 2, 3, and relax. Again, lift, arch, and 1, 2, 3, and relax. Now we go to the hand on the back of the cranial bone at the base of the skull, hand over the chin, lifting the little finger and ring finger so not to compress on the throat, and then using his body weight, he's going to lean full back with his body weight and stretch and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. Step 15, our final and concluding step in the raindrop technique, which is the neck flex. And Dr. Alsop will place his hands in a cross position behind the head, left hand on right shoulder, right hand on left shoulder, flexing forward and center, and then flexing to the right and stretching, to the left and stretching, and relax. Raindrop technique can be customized for the individual needs. It doesn't have to be utilized just for spinal problems or a back injury or back pain. And that's what makes it really special, because you can take an individual condition such as a lung problem or liver problems, pancreatic problems, digestive problems, hormonal problems, and be very specific in understanding how the spinal column is your freeway of nerves that runs throughout the entire body. And so we look at a situation like someone that might have a respiratory infection. Instead of using wintergreen or basil or cypress that's traditionally in the raindrop technique kit, we would then switch it out and use Ravinsara, Eucalyptus radiata, which are very powerful antimicrobial and anti-infectious oils for the respiratory system. It's important to remember that everyone is bioelectrically and biochemically different, which means that if you're working on someone that has a very similar problem of someone that you had worked on earlier with a similar problem, and you're applying the same oils and you're not getting the same results, take that into consideration, that that person's chemistry is different. How long does an application last? Does it need to be repeated numerous times? I've seen cases where applying the raindrop technique one time will bring that person into balance and hold them for as long as 5 months. I've seen other cases where applying the oil, it works for a couple of hours and then the problem returns. And particularly in the cases of spinal problems where you've got scoliosis or kyphosis, you've got to remember that when the patient or the person you're working on is lying on the table versus sitting or standing, the torque to the spine is very different. Depends on, in an infection or a body condition of a different type of disease, how old they are, how long they've had that problem. Other areas that can create variances, their pH. The closer their pH happens to be to balance, the more effect it will have. If they're very acidic, it will compromise the effectiveness of the oil. If they're not consuming water, that can compromise the effectiveness of the oil. So the more water, the more they hydrate, the more they'll cleanse and detoxify, because oils are natural cleansing agents. They're trying to reestablish balance. Attitude, exercise, dietary habits, all of these things are extremely important in bringing the body back into balance and maintaining that state of balance. It is so non-aggressive, it's so gentle, it's fun, it's enjoyable, it's invigorating, it's relaxing, and it's something that everyone in the home can learn to do, from your children to grandmothers and grandfathers. Husband and wives can share and exchange doing a raindrop technique on each other. I have watched for over a decade professionals from chiropractors to osteopaths, medical doctors, naturopaths, physiotherapists applying this technique with profound response and success. And I've seen grandmothers have the same results. It's just a matter of practicing and doing it. The benefits are nothing but spectacular and enjoyable.